I'm not really good with corporate stuff, so I'm gonna have to get some help. But of course, it had to be yours truly. It's good to be back.
Hello.
Hello, your friendly neighbourhood corporate bastard here, and I have returned, as Burnham doesn't know anything about corporate routine, as it were. He believes I can do this. Believes it is some sort of insult. No idea why that is. I find it rather a compliment to be talking about those not under my level for a change. But anyway, we're talking about models, those little toy soldiers that the underclassers play with. We're talking about something called Deadzone. This is the fourth book, as it were. We're on about something called the Mazon Labs, which is apparently a corporation that used to be rather small scale, but has grown rather large. Apparently they are in the health and cosmetics business. And on the more intelligent front, well, I suppose the health and cosmetics is the intelligent front, the more profitable things that they do. They research the plague, which apparently is some sort of infectious virus, disease or whatnot, which, you know, which could be quite profitable if you want to research how to propagate the plague as some sort of militaristic device or armament. Arms of the GCPS, I suppose, could be quite useful. But they are a military force in their own right, is the Mazon Labs, which I do quite commend. It does seem somewhat foolish, as if you don't want, you shouldn't really need to get your hands too dirty, kind of why I wear gloves, but even then I wouldn't want to get them too dirty, you understand? So they send others, which is odd because they have some named people, so they do go out there and do battle with some of the peasantry and some of the aliens. Quite odd, but there you go. They've also been going in the realms of cyborgs and cybernetic enhancements, so that's another arm that's quite profitable. So I've got the book in front of me. It is the fourth listed book, and I've been requested to look at the entire force for Mazon Labs, and to start you'll need to be on page 70. These are the leaders, starting firstly with Dr. Lucas Coigne. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 5, survive of 4, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Companion, engineer, medic, recon 6+, tactician 2, whatever that means. The bold text, which apparently is the splat, whatever that means, is fast-acting serum. Replace a model from your strike team that has just been killed with a plague victim model. This model is placed pinned and activated in the same cube as the killed model. In all ways, this new model acts as a member of your strike team. Victory points are scored for killing both the original and the new plague victim, if both are killed. I've read that slightly incorrectly, but I'm sure you're clever enough to understand. If you're not, then why are you even here? You're probably too unintelligent to work a computer. Allow me to continue. The fast-acting serum takes precedence over any other similar rules such as plague infection. So, I do believe that means if your opponent kills one of your people from the Mazon labs, one of the lower downs, which isn't much of a downside really, you get to replace them with a plague victim, which I don't see why you'd want to do that from a business standpoint. I'd have thought that was a waste of resources. True that the plague victim is quite nasty in close combat, but would you really need to waste resources? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. He's got 3 different weapons. He's got the anesthetic injectors, which are close combat. Stun, under control. He has the anesthetic shot, which is range 1. Stun. He also has the laser cutter, which is range 2. AP 1. It burns. He is worth 3 victory points and 26 points. I quite like him, in a way. He seems to know what he's doing. Yes, he has the companion, which apparently allows him to fight with an extra dice, as if he had a assistant or ally in the same cube in close combat. He's tactician too, so he's quite resourceful with those command dice, I believe you call them. Yes. He seems more of a support character, meaning he lurks in the background, making sure everything is perfect, not willing to get into a fight unless necessary. He can if he needs, but like all smart leaders of any corporations, we know not to get in there unless we absolutely need to. Next we have Guard Commander Graves, the leader of the hired help, no doubt. Speed of 1-2, range of 4, fight of 5, survive of 5, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Recon 5+, Tactician 1. Head of security is the Splat. Yes. The active model may perform a free shoot action to blaze away with a rapid fire weapon. You may only use this once per activation. So, each model can only use this once, which seems unfair. I'd rather see the enemy just pulverized to pieces. But I suppose blazing away, making them pinned and terrified for their lives. Not a bad idea. I suppose it's there for security guards and the other such people with rifles. Personally, a cannon would be much more efficient, but beggars can't be choosers. I suppose it keeps the costs down as well. It seemed like... Oh, I forgot about his weapons. The bionic arm is close combat, knockback and smash. He also has a heavy pistol, which is range 4, with fire 1. 2 victory points and 22 points. Like all hired help, he is fairly cheap. He can do stuff. He shoots on 4s, he fights on 5s. He also has smash, which apparently has an effect of having an extra dice in close combat, which is pretty impressive. Yes. The head of security thing seems to work if you have a lot of guns. If you don't have a lot of guns, then why are you even taking him? It seems kind of an idiotic move, but you do what you will. I can't comprehend your idiocy if you want to go down that route. Next we have Dr. Gail Simmons. I used to know a Simmons. Couldn't make good coffee. No. Speed 1-2, range of 6, fight of 5, survive of 3. she's pretty survivable. She'd do well in the corporate climate. Better watch out for her. No armour? Nah. Bit of a stupid idea. 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Medic, Recon 5+, Tactician 1, tough. I'd imagine surviving on 3s, she is pretty tough. Her splat is called Bioengineered Meds. An active lab technician, security guard, or Urbana Blackwing Marine may increase their speed by 1-1 this round, or gain +1 dice for a fight or shoot action. That is very impressive. That does mean you're essentially fighting on 4 dice, or shooting on 4 dice. And that is very immense. But you don't have to go down that route. I suppose increasing the speed means they go much faster. That is quite good. She comes with a pistol, which is range 3, 2 victory points, 18 points. She's cheap. She's there to support, clearly. And she's clearly there to experiment on the lower downs, which I quite agree with. Quite commendable. Finally, for the leaders, we have the Cyborg Prime. Speed of 1-2, fight of 4, range, shoot even of 4, fight of 4, survive of 5, 1 armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. It's Construct Engineer, Recon 5+, Resilient 1, Tactician 1. The splat is Networked. After activating a cyborg model, you may remove an activation marker from another cyborg model. So essentially, once you've done activating a cyborg, you can then allow another cyborg to activate later in the turn. Not bad. It has Stinger Bolt, which is close combat, AP 1, and a Charger Burst, which is range 2. 2 victory points, 22 points. The Cyborg Prime isn't bad, but if you want to get the most out of it, you really need quite a few cyborgs. Other than that, not really much point taking him. The good doctor seems to be there to experiment, making people faster, making them fight harder, or making them more accurate. Very good for the menials. Guard Commander Graves is good for making his troops shoot better. Well, pin enemies so that others can go to close combat. I suppose they do the heavy lifting while he holds back and shoots from afar. He's not so stupid as I thought. He does have some reasoning behind him. Though, if you're going mainly close combat, maybe not take him. Dr. Lucas Coignier is the standout leader. He's the most expensive, but considering what he can do with his splat and his abilities, he's really good. None of them are that expensive, however, and aren't that bad to take. So next are the troops and specialists, starting on page 71. Starting with the Lab Technician. Speed 1-2, range of 6, fight of 5, survive of 6. Armour none. 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Comes with Hacker. It's a troop, comes with a shock baton. Close combat, knockback, under control, no victory points, 7 points. Yes, these are so weak they don't give your opponent victory for killing them, which seem quite pertinent if you want to take them for Dr. Lucas Coignier, for him to turn them into plague victims, which isn't a bad idea. Or for Dr. Gail Simmons, because she does seem to use them quite well. They are cheap and good for unlocking specialists and supports. Other than that, they are a bit naff, as it were. Next is the Security Guard. Speed 1-2, range of 5, fight of 6, survive of 5, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. It's a troop, comes with a rifle which is range 6, rapid fire, 1 victory point and 8 points. It's basically like the lab technician, but with better fight and better survive. Sorry, better shoot and better survive, even though the fight is worse. You're also worth a victory point, which I suppose if you've got a gun, your life is worth slightly more. And you're slightly more points. These are good if you're taking Graves, or taking Simmons, or anyone really, because they are so cheap. You can have a lot of them, and shooting on 5s, that's not bad. Next we have the Urbana Blackwing Marine. Speed 1-2, range of 5, fight 5, survive 5, no armour. 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Comes with a weight of fire 1 as standard. The troop option comes with a laser rifle, which is the same as the rifle. 1 victory point, 11 points. There's 2 specialists. You've got the engineer or the medic. The both have pistols and are worth 1 victory point. The engineer has engineer and hacker and is worth 10 points. The medic has just got medic and is worth 11 points. I wouldn't personally take any of them, if I'm honest. Doesn't seem that different to the security guard, other than it's got weight to fight and a better fight stat. Other than that, it seems like you're wasting 3 points for absolutely nothing. The medic I can kind of get my head around because medic abilities. The engineer, if you're playing certain scenarios or objectives where you need hackers or engineers, not too bad, but I don't see the point. Then again, you can use the tac drones once you take an engineer, so that's not necessarily a bad thing, although is Konya an engineer? Konya is an engineer, so if you take Konya or a Cyborg Prime, then your leader already has engineer, so you can have tac drones as many as you want. Next we have the Urbana Blackwing Monocycle. Speed 2-5, range of 5, fight of 5, survive of 5, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 40mm base. Bike, weight of fire 1. It is a troop. Comes with a laser rifle. 1 victory point, 12 points. If you like the Blackwing Marines, then you'll really like the monocycle. I can get the point of this because you are fast. Other than that, I am not really sensing the need. And because of the speed, rams, there's a point to it. But other than that, if you want someone that's good at outflanking or get into objective at the right time, this is what you want. Other than that, I can't really see the need. Next we have the Cyborg Beta. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 4, survive of 5, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Construct and resilient 1. It's a troop, comes with a Stinger Bolt, which is close combat AP 1, and a Charge Burst, which is range 2, pretty much similar to the Prime. 1 victory point and 12 points. Seems expensive, but you've got an AP in close combat and you're fighting on 4s. Cyborgs have got armour, which is quite smart. You don't want your menials to go down without a fight, do you? Not when they're fighting on 4s. Goodness no. The Cyborg Betas are pretty good, I would say. They aren't cheap for this force, but they can get the job done. If you want something to go against those enforcers that keep hanging around, sniffing around your corporate interests, or any other armoured foe, then these are not bad. Of course, against heavier armour, you might want something better. Next we have the TAC Drone. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 6, survive of 5, 1 armour, 3 hit points, size 2, 40mm base. It has Beast, Construct and Remote. Remote basically means you need someone with Engineer. So you'll either need a Blackwing Engineer or one of the 2 leaders with Engineer. There are 3 troop options. You have their Heavy Laser Rifle, which is range 6, AP 2, 2 victory points and 18 points. You have the missile launcher, which is range 8, AP 1, explosive frag 3, 2 victory points, 22 points. Or you have the autocannon, which is range 6, suppression, weight fire 1, 2 points, 2 victory points, I apologise, and 18 points. The specialist option is the command tag drone. Comes with communications relay, tactician 1, and hacker, 3 victory points and 22 points. You can sort of see the point of the command attack drone, because if you lose your command dice, that's a way of getting them back. You've also got hacker, which I suppose there's that there. However, the other options for the troop, they're not bad. The missile launcher throws people around, although those blasted dwarves seem to be a bit immune to that. The autocannon troop suppression, that isn't bad either. Although again, the blasted dwarves seem to be a little bit immune to that because they have something called headstrong. The absolute cretins. Personally, the autocannon or the missile launcher is the way to go. The heavy laser rifle, while it has AP2, is a bit short range for me. The autocannon is short range as well, but it has suppression, which kind of makes up for that fact. Next we have the Cavastador. Speed of 2-3, range of 6, fight of 4, survive of 5, armor 1, 4 hit points, side 3, 60 mil base. Beast, agile, stealthy. It is a specialist. It comes with poison fangs, which is close combat, AP 1, toxic 1. And a web spinner, which is range 2, stun. 3 victory points, 26 points. Not sure what these are. Apparently they're cyborg spiders, as it were. Quite ingenious, yes. Fighting on 4s with toxic 1 and AP 1 in close combat. That should cause a fair bit of damage. And it's quite fast. And it is stealthy, so you are not shooting it in the open. Quite impressive. Quite impressive indeed. I do not think it is the best close combat option, but it is fairly cheap for what it is. Next we have the Neurolinked Trovar, which is apparently a psychic squid-like creature. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 5, survive of 6, no armour, 4 hit points, size 3, 40 mil base. Comes with Energy Shield 2, Hacker, Frenzy 1, Psychic. Apparently this comes in a board game known as Star Saga, which comes with the problem of, from what I have seen, the base is rather too small, unfortunately. And because the model is one piece, you're going to have to cut it off the base, or cut the base 2 pieces. So it comes with a lot of different gear, and it is a specialist. Mind Blast, range 4, Psychic Stun. Psychic Blaster, Mind Terror, range 4, Psychic Stun. Hyperkinesis, range 4, Psychic Invigorate. And Shockwave, which is close combat, knockback. 3 victory points and 26 points. So it's the same points cost as the Cavastador. It is more of a support specialist, as it were. It cannot do close combat. Well, I suppose it can, but it's not going to kill much, is it? It's there more to stun and invigorate, meaning your menials can get back into the task of doing their duty, which I support this a lot. I support that quite a lot. Next we have the Plague Victim. Speed of 2-3, no range stat, fight of 4, survive of 5, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25 mil base. Beast, Frenzy 1 and Rampage. It is a specialist with claws, which is just a close combat weapon. 1 victory point and 12 points. I can see where they're going with this, but Koinya's got the better idea of infecting his lower downs to become plague victims. Yes, you are giving away more victory points, but considering how cheap the lab technicians are, you are essentially only giving away 1 victory point. Life is cheap if you are a non-essential lab technician. So that's what I do. Although, if any of your other troops seem to die on you, this is not a bad thing to do to them, because they will still be fighting, they'll still be completing their task, not quite in the same way as before, but they will still be doing something, which is more important than rather than worrying about health and safety and other such pointless metaphors. Next we have the Urbana Blackwing Ranger. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 5, survive of 5, 1 armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Comes with Scout. There's 2 troop options. There is the laser carbine, which is range 6, rapid fire, weight to fire 2, so weight to fire 1. 2 victory points and 14 points. There is the flamethrower, which is also troop. Range 2, it burns, 2 victory points and 14 points. The specialist option is the grenade launcher. Range 5, indirect frag 3, 2 victory points and 18 points. I can't see the point in the laser carbine because there are cheaper people to take. There's the security guard, which has the same shoot stat. Yes, you don't have armour or scout, but you are almost twice the points costs, which you want to keep your points costs down, surely, to keep profits up. The flamethrower I can understand, because a flamethrower you can burn your way to victory, which why wouldn't you? The grenade launcher I can kind of see as well. It's kind of like a slightly cheaper version of the attack drone with a missile launcher, which why not? Why not, I guess. I'd still say the best of those is the flamethrower. Next is the Medibot. Speed of 1-2, no range stat, fight of 6, survive of 5, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Construct, Defender Shield and Medic. It's a specialist with Electroshock, which is close combat, stun, 1 victory point and 14 points. How many points is the Marine Medic, I wonder? We've already gone over this, haven't we? Yes. I don't think it's many more points, is it? Oh no, it's 3 points cheaper. I would take the Medibot over the Marine Medic. For the extra 3 points, you're getting Defender Shield, you are getting Construct, and you're getting a Specialist with a Shock Baton, essentially, which isn't too bad. You do not want to get it into close combat if you can help it, because it is rather weak. In fact, it's rather there just to support and heal. It's not there to do much of anything else. Next is the Cyborg Alpha. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 4, survive of 5, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 2, 25mm base. Construct and resilient 1. It has a claw, which is close combat, AP 2, frenzy 1, and a charge burst. 2 victory points, 16 points. I quite like the Cyborg Alpha. They seem to be rather slavish sort of troopers to do what you need them to do without actually complaining or asking for wages or insurance or anything like that. Who do these people think they are? Yes, the Cyborg Alpha is quite impressive. It's fairly cheap for what it is, you know. I'd say, if you're taking a mainly cyborg force, they're not bad. Of course, you'll need to pepper in some shooting, as it was. They do have shooting, but like their thinking capacity, it is rather limited in range. Next we have the support, starting on page 75. The first one is the Strider. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 5, survive of 5, armor 3, 5 hit points, size 4, 60mm base. It is a walker. There are 4 different variants of Strider. You have the Heavy Support Strider, which has a heavy burst laser, range 10, weight to fire 2, suppression, 4 victory points, 38 points. There is the Urban Assault Strider. has a chainsaw, which is close combat, AP 2, frenzy 1, and an assault flamer, which is range 3, AP 1, it burns. 4 victory points and 42 points. There is the tank buster with the Polaris cannon, range 10, AP 4, 4 victory points, 40 points. And finally, there is the Ajax. It has a grav ram spear, which is close combat, AP 2, or a grav ram spear, which is range 2, AP 1, explosive, frag 3. It also has an aggressive shield, which for a strider gives the defender shield, which means it is armor 4. 5 victory points and 50 points. You also have 2 options you can give them. Each strider can only have 1 option, you see. You have the smoke launchers, which are range 3. Grenade smoke, 1 use for an extra 3 points. You then have the shoulder rockets, which are also range 3. Grenade, frag 3, 1 use. An extra 6 points. The Strider has many uses, as there are 4 configurations. There's the heavy burst laser for suppression. However, I would somewhat discount that. Only somewhat. For you see, there is the tac drone, which is a lot cheaper, and with the autocannon does a similar sort of thing. It is slightly over twice the points costs of 2 tac drones, because they're 18 points with a suppression weapon. But it does have the range on it, and it has more armour and hit points, yes. The Urban Assault Strider, I can see the point of a lot. You want a decent close combat option with decent armour. This is not bad. You've also got a AP1 range 3 flamer, which has a slight upside over normal flamers. However, having said that, normal flamers only 1 square shorter. Yes, it doesn't have AP, but all flames burn on 4s. So, the Tank Buster Strider, well, if you've got heavy armour against you, a giant mechanised cannon always does well, I say. The Ajax Strider is quite powerful, but wants to be a jack of all trades. It is quite expensive and gives a lot of victory points. And chances are your opponent will be taking some anti-armament of their own. So, while I can somewhat see the point of the Ajax Strider, for these it seems a little bit of a waste. Only a little bit. Although I do like how it looks. Next we have the Aberration Specimen. Speed of 1-2, range of... Next we have the Aberration Specimen. Speed of 1-2, no range stat, fight of 3, survive of 4, armor 1, 5 hit points, size 4, 60mm base. Beast, frenzy 1, rampage and tough. It comes with teeth and claws, which are close combat, ring AP 1, knockback, smash 1. 4 victory points and 40 points. So, because it's size 4, chances are you will be bigger than your opponent. With smash 1 meaning you'll get an extra dice, so chances are you'll have 5 dice in close combat. That is quite impressive. The Aberration Specimen is quite powerful, but you've got to be careful of that rampage. Otherwise it will bite you in the rear if you're not careful. However, it does have tough and armor 1, which means you have a little bit to get through. It survives on 4s as well, so it is quite hard to kill. It is quite killy in close combat as well, because you fight on 3s with Frenzy 1 and AP 1. It is not that expensive for what it is. I think the aberrations are quite impressive, as things that look like Skeletor cosplaying a spiky gorilla goes. Next we come on to the Living Legends, which there is only one on page 76. It is Subject 901. Speed 1-2, no range stat, fight 4, survive 4, 1 armor, 4 hit points, size 2, 40mm base. Frenzy 2, Tactician 1. Teeth and Claws, which are close combat, AP1, 3 victory points, 24 points. It is not that expensive for what it is. It is a good close combat person with 4 hit points for a size 2 model, which is quite impressive. It's got Frenzy too, so you get a bit of reroll there. I can see the point in taking him, though he is twice the points cost of a plague victim if you want to go down that route. There is also the Cyborg Alpha to consider, and also the Cravastador. And next we have the items on page 76, starting with the ammo, which is 2 points, no limit. AP ammo, 4 points, can only have 4, greedy. Frag 3 grenades are 6 points, no limit. Smoke grenades are 3 points, no limit. Stun grenades are 4 points, and you can only have 1. Probably because you're a bit too careless using them. I know you're not. I know you people watching this aren't completely stupid, but considering you can only use 1 stun grenade, that says a lot. Mid packs are 4 points, can only have 1. You're not even trusted to heal your own people, good lord. Comlink is 4 points, can only have 2. Trip mines are 4 points, can only have 2. Thermal mines are 4 points, can only have 2. Combat blades are 2 points, no limit. They trust you more with knives than grenades. An odd way of going, but I suppose grenades are ranged weapons. Stimulant shots are 2 points, and can only have 2 of them. Adrenaline shots are 2 points, and can only have 2 of them. They seem quite impressive, as it were, and if they're based on anything real, I'd like to get in touch. So if anyone at Mazon Labs is watching this, drop a comment and we'll get in touch. But to the message at hand, they seem a good shooty force. Their troops are quite cheap, as wages are kept down, which is the way to go. These people wanting rice. I've never heard such nonsense. They have specialists and support which aren't that expensive and can do a fair bit of damage. Their weakness is that their troops are slightly inaccurate, and unless you'll go for some of the more expensive ones, they don't have much in the way of armour. They also have plague units and cyborg units, which are good close combat combatants and quite effective from what I gather. They've also got excellent support capabilities with the Chovar Konya, I believe that is known, yes, and the Medbot, just to name a few. There is one more thing. A lot of the models you can only get from Star Saga. Yes, not all of them, but quite a few of them. So if you want to get, say, Dr. Konya or Guard Commander Graves, you're going to have to get Star Saga. They're not sold separately from what I gather. Although you could convert them, there is that method. They won't be as good as the real thing, you understand, but that is a way to go. Right, I think I'm done here. Right, see you next time and all that. Bye bye bye.